Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be making miniature hanging fairy gardens using all supplies that came from the Dollar Tree. I hope that you guys stick around and see how these come out because I think they turned out adorable. So the first thing you're going to need is these little terrariums from the Dollar Tree. They are so stinking cute for succulents, and they are great for real ones as well. And of course you're going to need yourself some fake succulents unless you want to plant some real ones. I prefer the fake ones because I can't kill them. And then you're going to need some cute fairy garden items. I used little accents and animals. I didn't actually use fairies because I wanted this to be more nature-esque, if that makes sense. You're also going to need some of their moss and rocks of your color. I like the white because it really stands up against the very natural dark green. I chose some of that rustic farmhouse ribbon and some jute twine, and all of this is all of your own colors. And of course, the good old Dollar Tree floral. I wanted bright yellow to bring in all of those spring fun feels. And then I picked these adorable little butterfly stickers up because I thought they'd be a really cute accent to what I'm creating. So the first thing we're going to need to do is get our little terrarium here prepped and ready to go. I did wash mine. I don't know why, but these had a lot of dust on them from the Dollar Tree. I have a feeling they were probably put out last spring and never sold. But they are such a good size terrarium. I'm really shocked about how big these are. And if you really truly were going to plant real succulents in there, you probably could get 2 nice size ones or 3 very small ones in there. And if you hung them by a window, I bet you they would do really, really well. But I seem to kill succulents. I'm really good with regular plants, but succulents, I don't do well with. So that's why the fake ones from the Dollar Tree are perfect. But the first thing we're going to do is get our moss laid down. And if I remember correctly, this has a special name and I always forget. I think it's reindeer moss is what it's called. And then I chose the white rocks because, like I said, they really stand up against the moss. I really want it to have like a really natural nature feel to it. And I think the moss and the rocks, they really work together. And then I chose the smaller succulents. They came in the little white and black. They also had little black containers, and they just pull right up out of the styrofoam. The ones that are kind of loose that you can get from the Dollar Tree are really big, and I wanted the smaller ones so that there was more room to put fairy items and flowers so that you could see them. But I did want to include succulents because I really love that look. So it's up to you, your preference, but the ones in the containers are smaller than the loose ones. So after I get that hot glued in to where I want it, I'm going to start putting some of the cute little fairy garden items in. And this one is like a little shovel and it has like a little snail on it. And I think it's just really, really adorable. So I am using hot glue, and it does keep everything kind of stable and up, because if these are going to hang, then you want your pieces on the inside to be stable because, you know, if the wind blows, whatever may happen, with the moss and the rocks, it makes it, you know, something to stand up in there a little unstable. So the hot glue just gives it the stability that you're looking for. And then I love this little bunny. I think this bunny is so cute and very springy and very Eastery, which kind of all ties all together. So I really wanted to put her kind of like up in the front, and I used more of the rocks to like get her secure in there, and it does, it works wonderful. I did, you'll see at the end of the video, hang these. They didn't move, everything stayed upright in the way it was supposed to be. So the hot glue does make a big little difference. And look how cute it is already, but we're not finished. We're going to make these even more adorable if that's possible. So if you really want to hang these, now, I personally put mine displayed on my TV stand, like when you first come in my house. But if you really do want to hang these, which they'd be beautiful by like a window or hanging off of some hanging plants. I have a beautiful shelf in my kitchen, which I did hang one on. If you really want to hang them, you want to tie your hanger, if you will, on first before we add our bows and such. So I just used the jute twine and made a double knot at the top of the loop so that wherever I hang it, I know it's going to hang straight and not crooked. And I want to put that on first because after I add all like the little accents, I don't want to have to go back and do it because I feel like I won't be able to get that position right when I use hot glue. And then I'm just going to use some of that really cute rustic farmhouse ribbon, and I'm going to make a bow. And my bows are so simple, guys. I just take I don't know, 5, 6 inches of ribbon. I glue the two ends together and then push down in the middle while the hot glue is still kind of hot. See? And look, you already got like 2 bow loops. And then I take another little piece of jute and I tie it in the middle so that it's like pinched, so it looks like a bow. And then I'm going to take another piece of the ribbon and I'll make the tails and I'll glue them on, which you're going to see here in a minute. Now I just take that other piece of ribbon, I kind of invert it so it makes like a crisscross in the front, and then I'm just going to take like a dab of hot glue and hot glue those tails right onto the part where I tied with the jute twine, and it makes a cute, very simple, very quick bow, and it's perfect for little projects like this because remember, these are miniature little fairy gardens, and I think they're adorable, and the bow really does set it off. And if you have that farmhouse look, these bows really do make the difference. And then I'm going to take some hot glue for the back of my bow, and I'm actually going to attach it to the piece of twine that I tied to the top of the little terrarium, and that is how I'm going to attach the bow. And then I'm going to add some accents, and I really think that the little extras that you add is really what sets this off. And I love how the bow turned out, and I love the little buffalo check. For me, that just is so cute. And if you wanted to bring more spring into this, you could use different colors, but because of the little accent butterfly that you're going to see I'm using, I wanted the bow to be like a different color than that, so the bow really stood up against the little butterfly sticker that I'm getting ready to show you here in 1 minute. Well, not really a minute, a second. So I picked a yellow one for this, and all I didn't show it on this one, but you're going to see it on the next one, is they are paper. So I did like push up on the front decorative part of the butterfly like that, and it bends it forward and it makes the butterfly look 3D. And it does have like a little pop dot on the back of it. I just added extra hot glue on the back of that, so it kind of makes it pop up off the bow, and I really think it does make a big difference. And then after looking at it, I was like, it just needed more. And I loved these spring yellow flowers, and they have baby's breath mixed in with them, which I thought was awesome. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually clipping off the baby's breath, pulling some heads off of the little yellow roses, and then I'm cutting the little green leaves because I'm going to add them to this in a second as well, just as a finishing touch. I really can talk, really. I don't know why I stumble over my words. Probably because my brain is moving faster than my mouth can go. Does anybody else have that problem? But anyways, I'm doing the same technique. I'm just using some hot glue to put on the base of the flower, and then I'm sticking it in and holding. Some of this took a little bit of finessing, which I don't show the whole length of the time that I'm holding something in the terrarium because that's just boring to watch. But some of these items, after I put the glue on the bottom of them, I did have to hold them in there for like a minute or so just to make sure that they stayed where I wanted them, because some of the flowers, especially the baby's breath, because they were so fine and dainty, I wanted them to like kind of stick up straight to make it look like there was like this whimsical thing going on in there. And if you did put glue on the bottom of them and hold them for like a minute, they did stay up. They did keep their form. And I was really happy with that, because the baby's breath, in my personal opinion, really did make a difference inside the terrarium, and so did the flowers. It brought it a lot of life. So it's all dependent on what you want to use, but I really like what the baby's breath did to the inside of that terrarium little fairy garden, which you will see in a few seconds after I get them where I want them to go. So after I got the baby's breath where I wanted, I thought the bow just needed a little something something, and I remembered I clipped the little leaves off of there thinking I was going to put it in the geranium, but they got lost in the green moss, and I was like, oh, I bet you it'd be really cute up there with the bow. And I really think this completely finishes off this little miniature fairy garden look. I think this little leaf, as silly as it sounds, really did just took it to that cuteness level, if you will. For me, I just loved it. And I just attached it with a little bit of hot glue. I used my scissors so I don't burn my fingers. And I really, really, really love how this turned out. This one turned out so adorable. I love the yellows. Look at it. I think it's adorable. And look at the little action we got on the inside of the terrarium. Do you see how the baby's breath like stands up if you hold it, and it just gives it that little whimsical feel? Oh, I just think it is so stinking adorable. So I'm not going to talk to you through the whole length of this one because I think you guys get the gist. So I sped this one up, but I did make two, and this one is very different than the other one because I used different elements and I did a few little different things. So I'm just going to set it to some fun music. It is sped up a little bit, and you guys get to see the whole creative process of the second one being put back together, and I'll be back at the end to say goodbye. Okay guys, who loves the little birdie in the watering hole? Isn't it cute? Oh my gosh, that's so stinking cute in my personal opinion. I love how this one turned out. Like I said, they're similar, but they're kind of different. So guys, these can be done in so many different ways. I'm sure as you're watching this, even your mind is going, oh, I could do this, I could do that, I could add this. Guys, these are so simple and so cheap. This is one of the cheapest, simplest, and funnest projects I have done from the Dollar Tree, and I think it is perfect for spring, and it just brings all the little whimsical feels. I have mine displayed in my house on my TV stand, but I will show you some pictures where I took them outside, and I do hang them from a shelf in my kitchen. After reviewing all of this and making this video, I was like, you know, I have these two beautiful hanging plants in my living room. I'm seriously considering hanging these from the bottom of my hanging plants. I think they would be absolutely beautiful there. But guys, this is such a simple project. So if you recreate this, please do not forget to tag me on Instagram, because I would love to see your little turn and twist on these. All my handles, all that stuff, everything will be linked down in the doobly-doo. So please don't forget to tag me on Instagram, and have so much fun bringing this little cute, springy, whimsical feel to your own home. I really hope that you enjoyed this very simple and cheap DIY. I hope that you consider, if you're new here, subscribing and sticking around and hitting that bell so that you get notifications of when I upload new videos. We would love to have you join the Lovie tribe. We do so many fun things here. Lots of DIYs, lots of Dollar Tree fun, plus size living, hauls, cooking, you name it, I do it. I try things. I'm really just a big old goofball at heart. So if you want a good laugh, stick around. Just wait, just wait. But this is my first spring DIY from the Dollar Tree of 2020, and I have to say, it was a blast to make. So I'm really excited to move on to the next ones. But that's it for me today, guys. As always, take care of yourself, do what you love, do it large, and I'll be talking to you in the next one. Until then, guys, mwah, bye!